You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network. And I think it's disgraceful that
yours, I mean,
in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Clapping.
Including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and, you know, and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense.
Wow.
And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, you know, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming.
Wow.
And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. They couldn't get their equipment working or something.
Brought the receipts.
President, I would love
I think
Wow.
it's a very nasty question. I have answered the question. I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act.
You to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
I actually love that he specifically called out ABC, too, because I said this the other night, but ABC has a weird connection to the Biden-Harris administration. It gets more sketchy to me all the time. The fact that George Stephanopoulos, ABC, got the first Biden post-debate interview, and then Kim Cheadle didn't do any press except for ABC News. Like, very weird. And they're supposed to host the September 10th debate, right? So, like, I think it's fair for him to be like, oh, wow, ABC, seems like you guys have a bias.
Let's break down that question she asked. She hammered him with a bunch of points as if they were true without giving me. So here's how a journalist should act. Donald Trump, you've been accused of calling person, A, this word. Response. You've also said of this person, we have a quote, you said this person is an animal. How do you respond to this? What was that about? A journalist would ask the question. What she did was she goes, you did this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. You're bad. Why should you be here?
No evidence.